Hello, my darlings, as I host Madam Tilly, and here's my good friend Budbear. He returns. Why do I keep hearing a bong bong noise?
Shit, is that coming through? That's fucking
Yeah.
notifications. Let me mute that. My
I,
chair squeaking is coming through.
I'd say, is your harem blowing you up?
They're not a harem, it's a polycule. Yes, but also it's a polycule.
Okay, okay.
If it was a harem, they wouldn't all have more partners as well.
I remember asking someone who is in a polycule relationship. He's like, "Look, I gotta fuck like 3 people a day just to keep the whole household happy." Yeah, it's like, you can break.
See, that sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
I'm really lucky, I guess, that some partners are long distance and Doc is also disabled.
Aw.
Haven't been able to get that Chrome in yet, Jim.
Yeah. Let me speak on some Chrome. So yeah, we're talking about Cyberpunk specifically because I was made a list for like Cyberpunk and sci-fi, and like some people were like, "What's is it Cyberpunk sci-fi? Like, what's the difference?" Like, well, Cyberpunk's kind of like its own distinct style, and it's also like more like down to earth, like modified, modern day. Whereas when I say sci-fi, I'm like saying like spaceships and extraterrestrials and just different planets, yeah, and whatnot. Uh, but our Cyberpunk is kind of like high tech New York, and um it just has got like that synth wave like Neon Nights vibe to it, uh,
If you want some more snooty genre definitions, I can break open the vault.
I this is the time, yeah.
Essentially, cyberpunk focuses on near future compared to when it was written. I don't think Neuromancer counts as a near future anymore, but near future with focus on body augmentation, bodily autonomy, and large scale oppression of society by mega corporations,
Yeah,
where by and large the
that's modern day, so yeah.
yeah, I mean by and large also the government in general has been so handicapped that they can't really do anything like trying to explain to some people that a character in Cyberpunk 2077 was a municipal cop and not a corporate cop was a losing game because he just kept getting angrier and angrier that I would like give a cop the time of day in a video game. Wouldn't
Yeah.
do it in real life, but you know.
Well, as I was saying, I just noticed too, like the best cops are fictional.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean,
RoboCop, Carla Winslow. I'm sure you can think of a
yeah,
few examples. Yeah, but yeah, the best
I,
cops are not real.
I mean, in
Yeah,
the case of River in Cyberpunk 2077, he quits the force because they refuse to even entertain the fact that they should search the suspect's house for his fucking nephew.
oh man, that reminds me of one of those those crazy freaking like criminal cases where like this guy had like I'm not sure if it was one girl or multiple, but he had a girl basically like a secret ass chamber in his house, like you like it was like Batman style hidden. And it's like the cops were kind of like were onto the guy, but just they had no hard evidence and stuff. Like he just has this normal routine. And they're like, wait, what if he's got like hidden somewhere in there? And so and eventually it's like you had to like open up like the broom closet and like move a like they like unhook a chain which deactivated kind of like a 100-pound weight on top of a pressure door, and that's in the floor of the hallway, just to get down to the basement chamber. It's like no way you could have
It-
gotten out of there on your own.
like guys like that, I want to pat them on the head gently and then wrench their neck to the side, snapping it instantly.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But yeah, that's a
but
cop W, I guess.
yep,
But yeah, also aesthetic wise, Cyberpunk's kind of like if a nightclub kind of spilled out to the rest of the city. Um,
with a very 80s tinge to it.
oh yeah, I
Like,
best decade, right?
yeah, uh, Cyberpunk was sort of codified in the 80s in a way that it's never really been able to leave behind,
Yeah,
even if it isn't for the better in some cases.
yeah,
Um, for lack of a better word, a lot of cyberpunk stuff can veer into essentially Japanophobia.
how so?
Like, there's a large amount of people who don't really understand that some of the visuals in works like Blade Runner
Mhm.
were supposed to be taken by the viewer as like, oh God, how could that even happen? Um,
Instead, it got romanticized.
yeah, but it still maintains like the weirdness where viewers don't realize that it's supposed to be scary that, Harrison Ford's character is eating Japanese noodles as a street food in America. And then, like, most people making cyberpunk media are like, well, that'd be really kick ass. I like noodles. I like sushi. Hell yeah, man.
Man, xenophobia is weird.
Yeah. Like, in the case of cyberpunk, it's not even the usual suspects that get it thrown at them because, like, these days it's all conspiracies about how China is going to overrun us and kill us all. But with with cyberpunk specifically, it remains Japan in ways that don't make a lot of sense if you're not trapped in the 1980s that were largely driven by American electronics and American automotive going by the wayside basically because of a lack of practicality. Like a Japanese portable calculator actually fitting, you know, in your pocket, or a Japanese car actually having decent gas mileage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or here's the kicker: in 1985, Nintendo was accused of trying to nefariously use the misfortune of a homegrown American company to push their evil child brainwashing devices on the US, aka the NES. Like, it's just kind of weird shit like that.
Yep. Like, I believe I should just jump into our first game. Because we got our friend Willow gonna be joining us soon,
Yep.
so we're slightly stalling. Um, what they got for one? Because I'm kind of into kind of definitely dive. We talk about good cops. Um, see, like we have a RoboCop. I've been actually I threw that one into the review queue. and been watching like RoboCop the TV series from the early '90s that no one
Oh, damn.
remembers.
I remember it.
I know it's like I remember seeing an episode on like some my neighbor's TV, and so it's like I told you I'm not crazy. It exists, but yeah, any RoboCop outside like the main movies, it's like they're so obscure. Like I don't think we anyone would have heard about it if it wasn't for the internet.
Yeah.
Uh, um,
A lot of people also don't remember there being a Mortal Kombat series, but that's a different thing.
oh, I've seen a few episodes of that one, about that and the cartoon. But
Both
yeah,
of them awful.
oh yeah, both are really awesome. Yeah, it's like
It's combat time.
yeah, it's like I remember like the Molino episode is actually pretty good. I remember the Sub Zero episode was actually really bad. Like every time he uses the ice powers, it hurts him. uh,
Yeah.
but World Cup, yeah, it's like it was like always like my favorite movie of all time. At least 20th century. Nowadays, I say, oh, modern movie, I'd say K-pop Demon Hunters.
I
But
haven't seen that one yet. My current favorite movie is kind of a dark horse pick, honestly.
go for it.
Willy's Wonderland.
With Nick Cage,
My favorite actor is also kind of a dark horse pick. Nicolas Cage.
interesting. It's not really a
See,
dark horse pick. He's done good films, lots of good films.
yeah, a lot of people will just post clips from a movie about a man having a mental breakdown and
Yeah,
basically hiring a hitman to kill him because he thinks he's becoming a vampire.
right.
Just like Vampire's Kiss is
Hmm.
actually a pretty sad story of a man having a mental breakdown, and people post it over and over again to prove that
Yeah, well,
Nicolas
vampire.
Cage is a bad actor because
Our dad Arnold did a clip of "Put the Bunny Down." Um,
yeah.
but funny enough, I haven't seen either of those movies.
I wouldn't recommend Vampire's Kiss if
Yeah,
only because it's like hard to watch in the ways it's supposed to be.
yeah,
Like, legitimately, it is the story of a man just losing his mind
yeah.
and dying about it because no one was willing to help him.
Yeah, yeah. That is kind of hard to watch. And sometimes I kind of wish I could just do a marathon of like certain like actors' movies because like a lot of them have a serious range. Like have like
Yeah.
a Nick Cage marathon or a Bruce Willis marathon, a Samuel L. Jackson marathon. Freaking Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves, Jackie Chan. Uh, uh, um, but and speaking of flip expectations, like RoboCop is not an action movie. It's actually a
Yeah.
three-dimensional movie. At least got a three-dimensional plot to it. Because it's like, because I remember, I used to have a friend like a hardcore goth girl who'd RoboCop would totally is like nothing like she would ever fucking watch ever. But finally for my birthday, she sat down like, okay, we'll watch your favorite movie, and then halfway through, I'm like, so what do you think? She's like, I fucking love it. Um, yeah, because you got the typical plot of stop the bad guy, but then you also got Murphy trying to rediscover his humanity, and then him trying to solve his own murder. Um, so yeah, it's more of a more of a drama and and stuff.
There's a lot of good commentary in it on like how hypercapitalism and the pursuit of wealth destroys you.
Oh yeah, like those commercials and stuff too. It's like
I'd buy that for $1.
yeah, like man, they nailed us today, huh?
Yep.
And but yeah, it was cool. And so like like I guess nowadays the best game example is Rogue City, which is like kind of like the finally a dream come true for RoboCop fans. Yeah, not a perfect
No.
game, but it definitely feels like a high quality PS3 game. That's what it reminds me of. And like thank you. And yeah, it's just yeah, like I can go into like the plots and stuff because I like have like I've watched and like rewatched like everything, and I just found like the RoboCop novels. Um, So yeah, that's gonna be a fun deep dive. So I'll probably connect that with Deus Ex and Cyberpunk in the reviews. Um,
God, Deus Ex, the original, has not aged well.
Funny how that was like the most celebrated.
Yeah, I mean, the problem isn't even like anything the devs did on purpose. It's just that most people didn't know that the sources of most of the conspiracies in the game, where all conspiracies are true, is like just like Kanye West's latest album, spewing anti-Semitism. But basically, a lot of the conspiracies at the time, most people didn't know were rooted in like anti-Semitic New World Order stuff.
Hmm.
So they just sort of put them in because this is all weird, wacky shadow government shit. And then years later, it came out, oh, oh, that's where the shit came from. Oh no. Which is
Wait,
the only time I've seen Warren Spector give any kind of apology.
the game started that shit.
No, it didn't start it.
Oh,
The game just sort of puts forward this world where all conspiracies turned out to be true.
yeah.
And at the time, the layperson or the person researching this stuff on the internet at the time leading to the release of a game in 1999 or 2000, they didn't have the information at hand, essentially.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, he does. He never yeah, apologize for anything, huh? Like
yeah, like
Castlevania was technically cut short because he wouldn't apologize or like he wouldn't bend the knee to the producers. Even though at least
Warren Spector.
am I saying because he wrote Castlevania, the Netflix series, didn't he? Or am I saying someone else?
You might be thinking of someone else. Warren Spector was originally like a big part of the later Ultima games and stuff.
Oh no, okay, okay, I got mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Warren Ellis, my bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Warren Spector basically the only things he's ever apologized for in his life is Underworld Ascendant. And by the way, we didn't know what the source of all of those conspiracies were at the time that we were making real for a fictional story, and we don't believe in any of them. Please stop saying this was prophetic.
Oof. No, no, you started the saying. Uh,
Well, he didn't start any of those. He didn't start any of the conspiracies themselves. It was just popular conspiracy theories thrown into a game, like the Illuminati, the Lolly Lulelo, and stuff
yeah,
like that.
I still can't believe freaking what was it? Ruben Langdon got fired because he's a UFO nut. Like, let the man have his theories.
Uh, Depends on what kind of UFO nut he was.
I mean, he's just really big on Twitter and stuff, and I guess that was just enough. Uh, anyways, Umbra, a minute, huh?
Yeah,
Huh, sorry,
Just
what game were we talking about?
The Days That series.
the original
Deus Ex,
Deus
okay.
Ex in particular.
Yeah, or yeah, but
Got
I was gonna get to like the only one I really got into was Human Evolution or Revolution, but the third game, yeah, from 2011, I believe, which oddly enough was actually inspired by RoboCop. Um, but yeah, just that game came out at the right time, like seventh generation has that gorgeous kind of like angelic type of and it's like cyberpunk soundtrack. the black and gold aesthetic was cool, very eye catching. Um, and I I feel like yeah, if you're gonna do like cyberpunk augmetics, that would be pretty close to reality. And as far as gameplay goes, like as far as cyberpunk enhancements and upgrades and that you can get, I feel like it actually has some better options than Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah. Um, I think I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this in a way that doesn't sound awful. Um, Genuinely, I think Deus Ex Human Revolution is just about the only game that ever handled what I like to call the that generation's piss filter without making it look like someone had peed all over the game.
The yellows.
Yeah. Like the way the game was lit, it looked like grim megacorp lighting and not, I guess,
Mm.
just someone making a bad Western set in Mexico.
Yeah, there is a lot of like yellowish, brownish tint to it.
It took place in Detroit and in Hong Kong. Uh, but and but yeah, yeah, just fucking love that game so much, and but although gameplay, it's like I kind of generally because it wants you to go towards stuff. You can do shootouts. So I see it's like get like a little less XP or something, but generally when it comes to me a stealth game, I kind of suck at stealth. So it's like I'll attempt to stealth, maybe like take out one or two people. And then, 5 minutes later, I'm holed up in the utility closet, just trying to let them like run in one at a time, so I can stab them, let my stamina recharge, and uh, uh,
Yeah, I do know one thing about that game's choose your style gameplay. Apparently, like in earlier versions of it, the boss battles were not balanced to be able to like if you put all your specs into like stealth, you were really, really disadvantaged in the
yeah,
boss fights.
Yeah, the director's cut handles that a lot better,
Mhm.
but legitimately, they had to patch the game to make the boss fights winnable because the game was barely winnable if you didn't focus that much on stealth because they didn't give you enough ammo for the rest of the game if you focused on shooting.
oh man, and but yeah, like I said, like some of the augments, like I like the it felt a little more in depth too. Like you can kind of get like a lungs thing, so you can not have to worry about like gas, or like a thing that so you don't have to worry about electrical currents. And so yeah, I feel like it's just or like see through the walls. Um, yeah. So fuck yeah. So like the upgrades, it's like so you had more at your disposal than Cyberpunk, but yeah, but at least with Cyberpunk you can kind of be as like free flowy and badass as you wanted to. Yeah, like you had to take cover in Deus Ex.
In Deus Ex, it's also a much more linear experience, which makes it easier
Yes.
to design specific areas around specific skills being available or not being available. In in Cyberpunk, none of the devs could be sure what you would have and when, essentially.
That's true. Yeah, because Deus Ex, you kind of like you can either try to go combat heavy as possible. You can try to beef yourself up, or you can be pure stealth because you actually could go invisible if you wanted to, and very limited invisibility.
Yeah.
Um, um, or you can upgrade your hacking if you want to like hack a door and get a shortcut through. Or increase your strength to lift the big heavy bots and get up through the window or something. Um, so yeah, it's like they kind of give you like 3, 4 different options to accomplish your goal. It's like oh you don't have level 10 clearance to hack this vent. I guess you have to walk through the laser hallway. Yeah, this is oh boy.
But if you have the invisibility, it won't trip the laser triggers.
Yeah, I could certainly appreciate that amount of thought that would actually be like, okay, this would actually be a different game if you spec different options. So like you have actual reason to try different styles.
Yeah.
And I think that game is also just like the perfect like size too, because nowadays games are just too effing big, and with unnecessary amounts of stuff to do, usually repeatable crap too. But Deus Ex, yeah, it had linear like basically levels or dungeons you want to call them, but then it would have a couple city spaces that are only it's like so big, but still have a few locations for you to go into, and still a nice amount of side quests. So it was like the perfect size of a game. Uh, I think like RoboCop kind of like emulates that.
Yeah. Like, I don't really have a problem with too much to do in games.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people do. I think like if you're getting bored doing side content, just go do your fucking objective.
Yeah,
But
I can
also
understand that.
I get where people are coming from.
The fear of missing out. It's just,
So
Yeah,
sometimes you just,
I'm definitely someone who tends to be a completionist in games, but nowadays I definitely have come across some games where it's like I'm done playing. I'm gotten tired. Time to
I've,
do the main mission and then put it on the shelf for a while.
I've gotten much less completionist as I've gotten older because like excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, you start realizing just how much time you're sinking into it. It's like I'm not gonna live forever, y'all. I got more games I want to play.
Well, if I'm enjoying something enough, I'll like do all of the content that even vaguely interests me in it.
Mhm.
But if I find myself getting bored and starting to drag, I will just move on with the story.
yeah, like I'm into like I want to do it all, but I never had that I felt like my arm was being twisted to be like a completionist. Like
Yeah.
I'm never going for that platinum. You know.
Hmm.
It's like beat the game on every freaking difficulty. I'm good. It's just
Yeah, I only ever really get completionist if I A either really love the game or B just think it's relatively easy. Like I can just follow a guide. Okay, I can pop off these achievements. Bam, bam, bam. Okay.
I have one entire 100% completion uh, achievement set on Steam. And it's entirely because it just kind of happened in the course of playing a game.
pick up
Because the achievements in Final Fantasy One Pixel Remaster are like, get all the treasure chests, get to max level, stuff like that. But
it's like and also like in cases say like Yakuza, not all mini games are created equal. It's like I'll do the full story of the cabaret club, but fuck this golf game. Yes. Oh
Yeah, I did not get too deep into the side content when I played Yakuza 0. I definitely dipped on yeah, touched on a couple of stuff, but I mean, there's like a whole like stock car racing side plot that I never did with Kiryu. So.
yeah, it's like that was very fun, but it like the later levels do get fucking hard. It's like, oh man, I gotta lock
Yeah,
in. You know,
Well, that's the other thing. Like back in the day, you had more incentive to do the side quests because it builds up. It builds up your XP faster. So, but like in games that don't necessarily have an XP build, like fucking like Breath of the Wild is one game. It's like it's not really a linear level up system like that. It's more just like explore what you want, do what you want, not necessarily getting the rewards you
Uh,
really need.
yeah. Cause like with Waifu, at least you'll get like completionist points, which can go towards bonuses that you can buy at a certain shop. For doing certain activities and side
Mhm.
activities. So there is somewhat of a point to it, not just because it's there. Um, Also one funny moment, I was doing this and they could kind of with the clubs, you can actually manage the girls' outfits and their looks and their makeup and their hair and stuff, and so it's almost like a Barbie dress simulator. It's even got cheesy like love music too, like do anything for
Yeah.
you. Like I literally I'm doing this, I'm customizing one of these ladies, and like one of my sisters walks in, and I'm like, it's a game about the Japanese mafia, and she's like, sure it is. It's just.
Yeah, I mean
Well, I can explain.
that's really when you can tell a AAA game is pretty good when they have like a mini game that's that in depth where it's
Yeah.
like I could just play this.
Oh yeah, it's like it's like like there's some of those side quests that just like go like a little too hard. It's like this is 5 games in one. This is Action 54. It's just like, oh gee.
Right?
Yeah. Oh man.
So, does anyone want to hear about the worst Cyberpunk game I've ever played?
Go for it.
I don't know. It might be bringing some controversy to your podcast, Tilly.
I mean, I can mention that how days that's 4 tried to do DLC where you played it once and then it was gone.
Oh no.
Oh,
See,
you mean like those Hitman missions, the
Oh,
elusive targets?
I never got into the
You
Hitman
only
much,
get
but
one shot. Yeah. I just know it's like you have one shot to ever get this target.
yeah. It's like, but yeah, basically, it's like you played the DLC once you saw the credits. Then suddenly it was you had to rebuy it. Yeah, so
so
Oh well, at least there you. Yeah, it's greedy, but at least you could rebuy it if you really wanted to.
yeah. So was
Yeah.
it, bud?
AD 2044.
I don't know why it sounds familiar, but
Don't think I've heard of that one.
So it was given away as part of a package with a better game on GOG a long time ago. I don't remember what
Okay.
game it was because I have a pretty big GOG library.
This is very
But
90s. Yep.
I'm
I'm
seeing
I'm
a
going
AD 2047 on Steam.
I'm going
2044.
to I I'm going to dramatic
It's
read
on GOG.
the plot synopsis now.
Okay.
The future is now, the year 2044 to be exact, and the world has changed drastically. Male civilization is on the verge of extinction. Genetic engineering has made human reproduction possible without the need for man's involvement. Women have decided to fight their final battle and to shape the world the way they want it. But if that's not enough, women have a new laser weapon which kills only men. And the few remaining men are being turned into she clones in bionic clinics. And there's more. A rebel feminist has stolen a supply of warheads and intends to start a global nuclear war.
Yo, I'm
Wait,
hyped for
though,
this.
there's a glimmer of hope. You are the last remaining normal male, and if you can avoid these female superpowers, you can reverse their domination. But hurry, you don't have much time. The clock is ticking. Your fate seems sealed. Unless. Encapsulating futuristic story, superbly detailed 3D locations, loads of brain-busting puzzles, digitized speech, and atmospheric music. AD 2044.
Also known as Sex
I,
Mista.
This game came out in
I,
1996.
I, I may actually have heard of this. Is this that game where you actually control like warring factions of men versus women?
No, that's Gender Wars.
Gotcha, right. It's
See,
just reminded me of that. It's like I heard this.
this came out in 1996,
I was
and
10.
it feels like something I would see some asshole post on Twitter about how no one makes based and red-pilled games anymore, and they're posting some shit like Chad versus the gay Nazis.
Okay, but if they're calling this based, it's like, is it based because you want there to be an extinction of men, or based because you get to be the one last guy fighting for the righteousness of men? Like,
I don't
getting some mixed signals from that idea.
Since when have those kinds of people ever been coherent?
It's,
I mean, yeah, but still.
I'm the one Alpha Chad's gonna
And yeah,
impregnate the whole human race.
On GOG, it seems to have a 2.2 out of 5 ratings, and its 2047's, I'm assuming sequel, seems to have mixed reviews on Steam, with only 61% of the 80 user reviews for this game being positive. So not a lot of attention.
Yeah, like I don't remember when I got it or even like what I got it with. Because GOG.com has a lot of just, I guess you would say, stuff that shows up.
It's just no longer abandonware.
Yeah.
They have some of the games ever.
I mean, I greatly appreciate GOG because they don't let things become lost media.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But sometimes some of the things they give away is because they know they're not going to sell them.
I mean, as a former radical feminist, I can get behind this eradicate all men on Earth saying.
Oof. Can I at least just hide in the closet while that happens?
It's just, you got 10-second head start.
Dude, come on. I just suplexed a Nazi like 20 minutes ago.
Right.
I'll help. Just make sure I have snackies.
No, clearly we're not actually going to commit male genocide to actually killing you. We're just going to, release the force fem gas.
Okay, but I've experimented with pronouns and all that. I've experimented with different presentations. I'm a big burly cis dude, and like any other presentation gives me extreme dysphoria, actually.
That's entirely fair.
So, something I was not needing another gender presentation. Or like another gender identity. I just need to come to terms with the fact that contemporary masculinity is bunk that also hurts men.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Specifically in the West, I think.
yeah,
I don't
so outdated.
I don't know enough about other cultures. They might be handling it better, but
Anyway, something.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I guess we should probably, we'll crack into the big one, Cyberpunk 2077. Let's see. I guess the spoilers aren't too major because I don't know how far I am in the game, maybe like halfway or a third or something.
I've beaten the base game, and without giving plot spoilers, I will say that anyone who played it a little bit when it came out, quit disappointed, never touched it again, or even someone who beat it when it came out and never touched it again, should give it another play. It's been patched.
yeah.
Basically to the point where it's almost what was advertised.
Yeah.
Hashtag no man's sky.
I think the funniest part of early Cyberpunk, because I was gifted the game. I was recently gifted the DLC, but I was gifted the game basically. Oh, sorry.
It just interrupts you.
It's almost midnight. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
You'd be like mid sentence and just wham.
Yep. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
No, Legacy of Kain. That is somehow what I got AD 2044 with. Anyway,
It's just what a package.
I was I was gifted Cyberpunk and then later gifted the DLC, which is how I found out that they had like patched the game to ideal release state or whatever they called it. But
Right.
my favorite thing about pre-overhaul 2077 was that there were no penalties for just going on a fucking rampage. Like, there's a crime scene the whole game right outside V's apartment building down the street a little ways.
Okay.
And like, you could start every day by blowing away the cops at that crime scene and suffer no consequences.
Yeah.
Now there's Grand Theft Auto style wanted levels and stuff.
Yeah. Man, I remember when the cops would just teleport into your walls. But yeah, I played a little bit at launch, and yeah, I even had like a little glitch counter on my screen. um, but yeah, like you bump into someone's car, they would yell at you, open the car door to get out, but just teleport to the roof of their car, and then the car would explode. Um, and so now me and T were actually talking about this on the news podcast. We're like, yeah, it fits itself, but it also sort of set a bad precedent where, like, because it showed a lot of companies that they just release a bad game and patch it later.
Yeah.
And let's see, but like, yeah, because like, yeah, like first impressions are actually still a big thing. Like, I think we've all had like a game where like it came out bad, and we like refunded it, and then it got good again, but we weren't gonna give it a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, like so yeah, and so it's like what's up with going up like Monster Hunter right now? Like, man, they made sold their biggest selling game ever, and they stole like what 8 million copies in 3 days, and back in February, and ever since then they haven't even sold another million worth. So So it's like
Yeah.
first impressions are still a big thing, even if you fix it, Like some people just don't want to take another risk with their money.
Yeah.
But Cyberpunk though, it is a beautiful game, and I like definitely like the universe. It's one and the story itself. It's one of those beautiful tragedy type things, like
Yeah.
like everyone talks like we're gonna make it big and Night City we're gonna be on top, and like but this city literally just like it kills people and it just you know, it's like a system. It just sucks you up and uses you up and throws you into the gutter and doesn't care. Um,
Yeah. So
So,
prime cyberpunk territory. I don't know if it's really to the point where they can just claim the genre itself as their title, but
I mean, that's not really how it happened. Essentially, Cyberpunk 2077 is based off of the tabletop game Cyberpunk. Even if it can be pretty lore inaccurate with some things that CD Projekt Red thought were pretty silly, like biosculpted exotics are a thing that's been in the game since its first editions in the 80s. But
I
CD Projekt Red thought bioengineered cyborg furries were too weird. So instead of the entire namesake of the gang being literal, the animals, instead of roided out gym bro cyborg furries, they're just roided out gym bros in 2077.
oh yeah, with these like animal hormones and stuff. So it's like you got straight oxen freaking muscles in me, you know.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, like these dudes like straight up molded their entire gang around being shit like rhinos and lions and horses and shit.
yeah, man, I was like, oh, if
But
I wish I had a waifu that was basically like the oh, no, like her name, look up the things, but like,
what's her from?
what's that?
Were you thinking of a character from something, or
Oh, I was thinking about the cyberpunk gangs. Like, there's one gang in particular. Oh, the Maelstrom. One like a Maelstrom
gotcha.
chick who dresses like a Moxie chick. Yeah, it's just
Um,
because
like
basically body horror and a hooker outfit. It's just that's the thing though too. Is you can't really get too deep with like the cybernetics. You can't really because you get a few like little bits and bobs of your face and hands, but you can't. But then you see like NPC like chicks with like a whole golden chrome body. It's like I want to be like that, you know, or something.
you can't go that deep, but as you level up and you put points into body and you get higher, chrome tolerance,
Yeah,
basically, you can replace entire limbs. Um, but by the time I fought the final boss, I had like robot super legs and melee arms called mantis blades.
yeah.
Yes, I've heard of those.
And
So
They're
I did
definitely like cyber body horror, but they're also cool.
yeah,
I eventually redid the fight after going back before the event itself and basically kitted myself out like David from Cyberpunk Edge Runners and beat the
yeah.
final boss to death with my bare hands, which were
Nice.
cybernetic arms called gorilla arms. And I had this attachment that basically speeds up your perception and your body so much that it looks like time slows down for you.
Yeah, St. Devastan.
Called
Ah,
the
yes, this.
the
Yeah.
Sandevistan. Anyway, I beat the final boss to death with my bare hands with that, and if you know, you know.
Yeah, which I heard they now upgrade the Adam Savage
I
fight.
feel
So
like I know, but I won't. I
and
feel like I do know, but I won't spoil it.
I think my favorite out of those arms was like the mono wire because it basically was sharp like a sword, but it had range. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you could basically be like a cyber Belmont. Um,
monofilament wire.
yeah,
But yeah, Cyberpunk, the genre was named for the tabletop game that came out in the 80s. It didn't really have a genre name before that. Um, Neuromancer and works like that were considered near future sci-fi.
I know it's cyberpunk. Like they kind of had this precedent where like the more like tech you put into yourself and transform yourself, the lesser humanity you had. So
See,
you had like roll.
Which is already a thing in Shadowrun.
Shadowrun stole it from Cyberpunk in the original editions, but Cyberpunk has moved away from that. Shadowrun hasn't. Cyberpsychosis in Cyberpunk at this point is a dissociative state that happens from too much cyberware basically causing irreconcilable body dysphoria. And you can check that because if you're gonna buy Cyberpunk 2077 at this point, I would recommend
Autumn
the
sale.
what?
The autumn sale. You can get like half off right now.
I was gonna say wait for a GOG sale
Yeah.
because some of the extras that come with the
Lots of goodies.
so some of the extras that come with the GOG version are, the tabletop game,
Yeah.
a special sourcebook edition for 2077 itself, which I just accidentally clicked download and I don't want to ruin my
Your upload speed.
yeah. Um I'm on rural South Internet. I'm not going to specify where
Right.
but yeah, lots of great goodies with the GOG version because that's part of how they try to entice you to buy games on GOG.
Yeah, like
It's like,
if basically if it's a single player game, look at GOG first.
yeah, if it's a multiplayer game, look and see if they have crossplay with Steam. Because if it's an old multiplayer game, the Steam version might not have multiplayer, but the GOG version will use GOG Galaxy the same way Steam would use, Steam servers.
see here. I was thinking of cyberpsychosis. I was reading one of those stories where a man he had a really bad life, but then he turned his life around, and had a family and everything. Then he started talking to an AI, and he completely just kind of threw the whole new life away and just like ran off into like the Ozark. Uh, and it was like the first go on these stories where like the AI talks someone into throwing their life away, and now there's a new term out called AI psychosis.
Yeah, like I think the current AI psychosis stuff is happening almost entirely because the false advertising around large language models. Without going too far into technical terms, they're not AI, they're not thinking, they're not reasoning. Um,
Yeah, that's a term we have thrown around recklessly for years. We have not achieved artificial intelligence. We've just created new computer things to do.
what AI as we know it actually is, and this is going to sound extremely reductive,
Yeah.
even though it's pretty literal, is imagine if the predictive text on your phone was really fast and automatic, and companies wanted you to pay exorbitant amounts of money for it to take over your entire life.
Yeah, I mean, I basically gotta get just like I test these things out, and they're either like got like a short memory, like okay, we've already covered this, or they just want to kiss your ass and tell you what you want to hear. So
Like when people say that large language models are the like Chat GPT is the machine that you pay to lie to you. Um, like if we look at how they actually work, they're essentially data sorting algorithms that have existed for a long time
yeah,
with essentially a generative algorithm shoved on top of it. So what it does is it sorts through the data for terms that algorithmically match whatever you put into it,
yeah.
and then replicates that on a literal level. Which is
To put it as simple as possible, they are regurgitation machines that tell you what they think you want to hear to the best of their abilities.
Oh yeah,
and think there is a pretty loose approximation of the word.
yeah.
Exactly. That's why there's is still rife with misinformation.
When I was a kid and my uncle was teaching me how to beep boop, how to use computer,
Yeah.
um, he told me a term that was going to follow me throughout the rest of my life using computers. And it was going to sound silly, but every time a computer fucks up, I have to assess the situation based on these four words: garbage in, garbage out. Which is why you see people hype up how great they are at prompting the AI, because there is a genuine skill set that takes a long time to learn to get the AI to put out as accurate information as it can, that you could have just not wasted that time and learned to do the fucking thing yourself
Yeah.
for such a better effect than you could otherwise with the AI. Like, I saw this CNBC interview with this billionaire AI company guy. And like a lot of people who are ostensibly very smart and like pioneered coding have no way to tell how AI works, or they're sniffing their own farts enough that they've killed enough brain cells that, like, if you if you use these tools and you take long enough to learn them, you take this amount of hours, you learn the tools better than anyone else, you'll be vibe coding beyond any coder's wildest dreams. And I purposefully didn't give the time this billionaire CEO quoted, because in 10,000 hours, I could just learn to fucking code.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the time frame he gave. 10,000 hours.
Well, yeah, because it goes back to that whole like, oh, you need 10,000 hours to become an expert in any field or whoever said that, which is made up, by the way.
Yeah, but like, I've played 2,000 hours of Final Fantasy XIV. I don't think I'm becoming the Warrior of Light.
Yeah, I mean, it really is like, that's a great way to put it. You can play like Call of Duty all you want. If you think that is training for actual being in the military, you're gonna get yourself shot.
Yeah, and
like you are not building any actual skills. You're just learning how to use this one thing, and it's not even a good thing to use.
Yeah, like in the time frame you learned these tools, you could just learn to code.
Like, at least with Final Fantasy or Call of Duty, I'm actually entertaining myself with something that was built by an actual person who put thought into what they made.
Like, I've seen games that very much use AI well, but they're basically toy boxes.
It was funny. Is the AI's kind of been feel like it's been around since the beginning of time, because I'm watching a RoboCop show episode from 1993 this morning, and it's like once this AI goes online, it's gonna run the factories, all the hospital life support systems, gonna run all of Delta City, and we're gonna make so much money. Like, oh my goodness, this is not an old idea, is it? This is not a new idea.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like it's definitely an idea that's been around for basically longer than anyone currently alive has been alive. Like, you create an information processing machine, then that line of logic is eventually going to go to, but what if it could really think for itself? And so we've been toying with that idea, and that's why we're tossing the word around so much these days. They want to make you think, oh, we finally cracked it, and no, you truly have not.
Yeah, like,
if anything, you're making current computers worse.
Yeah,
That's just
like this whole thing with OpenAI absorbing and then spitting out Anthropic because they couldn't provide the $6 billion in stock they were floating to Joni Ives, the fucking designer of the worst Apple products of all time, including the Apple Cube and the Puck Mouse.
It's crazy.
was going to design the new system that was going to tap into the godlike potential of AI and free us from the constraints of these flash in the pan fad technologies, the personal computer and the smartphone, that have overstayed their welcome by generations.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that $6 billion is a small amount now.
Well, here's the thing. Public financial data, and go look this up. Well, I know none of us are interested, but anyone who listens to this, any AI bro hitching up his short pants to tell me JD Vance said AI is going to make gaming great again or whatever because he asked ChatGPT to tell him in JD Vance's voice.
Very lovely way to phrase that.
All right, back to the
essentially
games.
OpenAI has to raise $100 trillion in profit by October 2026 to complete their current project and stay open. They're currently generating $4 billion a year in revenue. They're losing $5 billion a year because they're expending $9 billion a year.
Burn faster. Okay.
But
Yes, games.
yes,
Yeah.
games.
It's a gaming
Yeah,
podcast.
I'll mention the anime again. But Edge Runners, I remember when it's like as soon as like one of the main characters dies, like I think at the beginning of the second act, I'm like, oh, this is one of those shows. I dub a show like
it's like
I was gonna say I
Go
dubbed a
on.
show like Edge Runners. I called it misery porn because like almost every episode something bad happens. You know, like we can't like the main character can never catch a break from like the second act on. You know,
I mean, the problem with Edge Runners is that it feels like it's supposed to be a much longer story than it is.
I could see that there was some time skips.
Like,
yeah,
it felt more like watching
yeah.
the Cliff's Notes of an anime than watching an anime.
You know how like a lot of shows, so like you only get this many episodes, so make it work. You know,
Yeah,
some
like-
do it, some don't. You know, sometimes you'll get a Hazbin Hotel, sometimes you get Final Fantasy Unlimited. It's
I mean, both of those things are awful.
okay, but anyways,
Anyway,
it really often does feel like it really often does feel like some short run stories really could have used a bit more time to really explore themselves, and some like longer movies. So it's like, okay, wrap it up, y'all.
Yeah,
in the case of sorry, you first told it.
Well, I was gonna say like the leader guy, I forget his name, Brett Baird or something. The big black guy, Mame, yeah.
Mame.
It feels like he died out of his death came out of nowhere. Like he said, like he just went one to psycho right away. Like that felt like a little too sudden. Yeah, but yeah, it felt rushed. Yeah.
What could have saved? It was fine. It's pretty good even. What could have made Cyberpunk Edge Runners better was focusing on extant characters in the Cyberpunk continuity.
Yeah.
Like before he nuked Arasaka Tower in the big rewrite, making him essentially an actual violent activist instead of a performative Billy Idol pop punk parody. There were decades of exploits in there. We could have been about Johnny Silverhand and his crew.
Now there might be something to 36 issues of comic books.
Yeah, like there's a shit ton of stories you could tell in Cyberpunk with characters that already exist to maybe kickstart other things like novels or other comics or whatever.
But there are like now David side quests in the game now.
Yeah, I know. You can also find Rebecca's shotgun where it landed in the anime. Like if you go to the Corpo Plaza, you can find where her shotgun landed.
Oh, that's cool.
I've killed Adam Smasher with it.
And also, I apologize for saying fuck you. Anyways, what was I gonna say? But in the game, I feel like there's some features that like I wish they kind of like ironed out. Like just the simple thing is the telephone. Like, it's like it saves every number from every side character you get, but you can't ever call them back and have a conversation. Like, what if I wanted to talk to Flaming Crotch Man again? You know? How's the burn holding up?
This is a
like, that would have been a neat.
Sorry.
It would have been a neat detail to just have a couple extra phrases in there, even if it's just a silly answering.
Like if you want to use an AI to write a conversation, go for it there, I guess. But no, let's delete the if we're not gonna have conversations again. You know, it's filled up. You know, because we all got those people if we just fill out our phone addresses, fill up, and like don't talk to anybody on there except maybe like two people. Let's see here, but. One thing
I think.
Gone.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to talk about the game.
I think V being like their own character instead of an actual create a character kind of hurt Cyberpunk 2077 a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Um, Only because they could never figure out which end of V to really focus on, either making them insufferable or making them like the one sane person in Night City.
Yeah, like I remember cause funny thing is, you get Johnny when he first gets into your head, and you had
Yeah,
very intense first interaction, because you both, don't know
yeah.
what the hell's going on. And then, you're supposed to go to the main story where you kind of like didn't have the conversation, but have like another intense conversation. But no, it's like, but now we're going on 100 hours of side quests. So like the very next thing, we're like, me and V are just like chilling in a fucking car together. I mean, it's Johnny. And then we get to the main story, and I'm cussing out Silverhand again. Like, I don't want to be mean to Johnny, you know. But
Yeah, like
but I think I know what you're talking
Keanu, Re-
about, because
Keanu Reeves himself was upset about that actually because he was approached for a part in the game
yeah.
and did not know that essentially CD Projekt Red completely rewrote the story at the 11th hour,
Ah.
and that's why
Oh
the game was
God.
so buggy and incomplete. Specifically because I guess someone in the executive staff of CDPR, it's alleged, this is not meant as slander, but bro, whoever you are, your Keanu Reeves TF fantasies are fine.
Ush.
Don't sideline a whole game over them again. Allegedly.
Uh, but so that's for V, like kind of like how it can be one way or the other, because CD Projekt Red, I found this out, like they don't really care much for created characters. That's why you can't really make your own Witcher in the Witcher games. You're playing Geralt's story. So it's like, I'm like, so that's why I thought it was a little weird that you actually kind of create your
One second.
character, like craft your appearance, really.
I could certainly get behind, okay, this is the character you're playing as. You don't get to customize them. We have a story. But also, like, yeah, if you're making a customizable character, why not allow more choice?
I
So a,
it
a
really,
part a part of the sorry
it's just V. Just customize your appearance.
with the whole you play as Geralt thing.
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red originally wanted to make a game about being Geralt's apprentice that you would create a character as. Um, but essentially, Siri already existed in the books. Andrei Sapkowski was really hard to work with, and that lasted in development hell so long that by the time they were going to be allowed to work on it, a Diablo 1 clone would have been way too old school.
Okay. Uh,
Um,
but I do get
it,
what you're saying with as far as Cyberpunk. I mean, Witcher goes. But yeah, it's always just kind of that mentality, kind of where like you just don't like created characters, like Baldur's Gate, like fuck you. That's just But because I remember playing Witcher 3, I'm like, man, this is such a bizarre thing. I wish I could just literally create my own Witcher character, like my own Blood Hunter, you know. Uh, but yeah, because like the lore in the world and stuff. But anyways, but we definitely should have like a follow up, like Cyberpunk's 2077 episode when we both fully complete it. But as for me, because I'm kind of got stuck back going doing the YouTube thing, thanks to internet signals and other stuff. So I'm kind of trying to do a deep dive on the whole Cyberpunk 2077 story. So I'll be reviewing the game, the anime, and the comic books.
I will start playing through the part I haven't played through tomorrow then.
Okay. I know I'm taking like a little month off because it is spooky season. Well, at least I would be if I had good internet. Because I was going like, okay, let's let Dark Pictures and Resident Evil and Arkham Horror because it's their month. But it's also hurricane season here in Florida, so I guess. So yeah, I was gonna give it a small break, but yeah, I'm like in that middle part where I pretty much completed every one of the side quests. Oh yeah, so I was gonna talk about too, because I remember in the original release, it was really hard to earn money, or they call them eddies, in the game. So it's like there's so much stuff to pay for, because at the time you had to spend a lot on clothes, which were statted at the time, and then yeah, freaking all your parts, and then it's like I never could really get a car. I literally got the tiny little red triangle shaped car. I call it the Dorito chip. You know, the one seater. Um, but yeah, it's like it was so hard to make money. I did with the now with all these updates. You're like rolled in cash. And so I'm practically like maxed out by the time I get to the main story. And then that's the once you get the main story, money dries up again. Like fuck. uh, I still want to buy my way out of some situations, but not happening. Um, but I guess let's talk about another game. Or actually, no, it's also got an anime. It's based off an anime, Ghost in the Shell. That's pretty cyberpunk and Japanese as well. Um, and I remember this is supposed to be like a big like Blade Runner clone, and funny enough, like I kind of experienced everything that was quote a Blade Runner clone first before I actually got the Blade Runner, and so by the time I got around to Blade Runner, I was like, no, no, not impressed. Or because I guess that first movie is just like really slow, so I never finished the Blade Runner movie. Uh,
The only Blade Runner movie I've seen is the original.
yeah.
Um, I liked it quite a lot, but
I did
I'm
see the original
also
Blade Runner, but I don't remember it all that well.
I'm also just a fan of that kind of slow burn stuff in general. Um, before you got here, uh, Umbra, I was talking about the fucking weird Japanophobia present in a lot of cyberpunk, like how in Shadowrun, Japan is so economically dominant that despite every megacorp in the world having their entire executive staff in an unassailable space station, um, the world currency is the new yen, or how despite euro dollars being cyberpunks, uh, Arasaka is the world power.
Hmm.
It all stems from like visual flair in the original Blade Runner meant to scare Americans in the 80s because suddenly Japanese electronics were overtaking American electronics because an American portable calculator was the size of like a college rule notebook, while a Japanese portable calculator could actually fit in your shirt pocket. Or Japanese cars actually got, you know, gas mileage measurable in miles to the gallon instead of feet per gallon. And
Everything's a
I hate,
big dick measuring contest for America.
Yeah.
yeah,
They got
but
better than
like
us. Bomb them.
Space
the,
race.
the protagonist eating fucking noodles as casual street food in Blade Runner was supposed to be terrifying to Americans. But there's also like a company that Americans accused of putting brainwashing boxes in children's households after pushing out the good American gaming company, despite the 1983 video game crash. And that's why
Yeah, we saw
Nintendo.
how Americans handled their own shit. Nintendo was welcome at the time.
Yeah, that's why like Nintendo scrubbed the Japanese out of most of their games.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'll say, is that why we used to never see any black people in the anime? Why they all look white?
No, Japan has a real problem with fetishizing black people, but
Oh.
anime is one of their biggest imports, so they don't there. One of their biggest exports, sorry. Um, Specifically because like every time, like I think My Hero Academia is the last time I saw it happen that didn't get called out alongside Carol and Tuesday. But most of the time when there's a black character in an anime, people call it out as the most racist thing they've ever seen, and usually not wrong. But
Oh yeah, a lot of them still like do donut lip shit.
yeah, like offhand, the characters that I remember praised by black anime fans were Rinu Sagiyama, aka Mirko, and uh, I forget his real name because he's not in the anime as long, but a dude whose hero name is Rocklock, and like
Yeah.
the two of them were praised as just non-caricaturized black characters in anime.
Mm. Okay, and yeah, and Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, it's good body horror with the geishas, that's for sure. And I like how like Major Kusanagi's kind of story is like kind of very similar to RoboCop's, with how they're basically just a brain in a prosthetic body, like and essentially in like both her cases, you either like kind of work for the police slash government forever, or you just get to sit in a jar. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
between anime movies that cast generic looking white people as their Japanese characters.
yeah.
I know Akira never came out. It's supposedly still in development hell, but fucking I think they tried to cast fucking Zac Efron as Tetsuo.
Huh.
But
What?
Scarlett Johansson as Major Kusanagi, or I think that's her name,
Yeah.
isn't as offensive as people think it is. Because when I read the manga, like the official translation,
Yeah.
there was a lot of jokes about how the Major was in like a generic white lady model body.
Um. Yeah. Like it's funny. I
Like,
know so many feminists like, oh, the movie's whitewashing. At the time, I
yeah,
was
I
just
mean,
not a fan of Johansson, so I'm like, well, they picked a perfectly robotic actress. Yeah. So,
yeah, like the whole thing is in this one case, it's actually the most canon compliant thing they could do because a lot of like the hidden body horror about the Major herself is that she doesn't bother like customizing her body or anything
no.
because it's functional. She doesn't care.
Yeah, she literally views
And
her body as a prop. Like she'll
yeah,
care if she gets it broken or she where she's inside. Yeah.
and like
And
a lot of characters comment on her name being Japanese, but her wearing a generic white lady frame.
yeah. And like so, it's I'm trying to
Or,
think of things get like a man's body, for more strength. And
I mean, if it's a cybernetic body, does that matter?
I just I don't know exact specifics of each universe, but that's what a guy said. And
Yeah.
she just hacked on me to punch himself in the face. Like you're right, you are pretty strong.
Yeah.
And I also like too kind of like the animes kind of like came out and feel like a reverse order because that very first movie she hated being basically enslaved to the police force and she just couldn't wait to just be free and set her consciousness onto the internet. And the
Yeah.
next one came out. It was kind of like her heyday. Then the one that's anime came out as her rookie years. Like it kind of like released her career in reverse. As for the
Yeah, like
games, what's up?
the whole thing basically boils down to the adaptations were of specific chapters and not in order.
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
Now, as for the games, they're actually like three totally like hidden gems. One on PS1, two, and PSP. First one, oddly enough, was not didn't start a major, but it started Tachikoma, the little cute talking tank. Um, and it was a very competent game. And funny enough, it's like if you beat the game within like like 3 hours or something, like you get to see some nice booty pictures of the major. I'm like, oh, that's what we got the internet for now. But I remember we had to earn our fan service, and
Yeah.
but yeah, PS2 games are the most awesome. It's a great third-person shooter and platformer. Um, and then the PSP one, which had the same exact name as the PS2 game, Standalone Complex, so very confusing there. But it was totally like a squad-based first-person shooter. Um,
First person shooters on the PSP are fucking baffling to me.
yeah, because you got the one joystick, and and then it's just the controls are too damn wonky, and they expect you to do so many functions with like the limited amount of buttons. Like
Like
I could not play like Metal Gear Peace Walker on a PSP.
when I emulated Metal Gear Peace Walker, um, I had this fucking modified install of PPSSPP.
Right.
Hmm. Never been able to find it again, but it did literally just map the face buttons to the right analog stick of my controller,
Yeah.
but with like faux analog on the controls themselves. So it almost felt like playing the PS3 remaster.
And right, even like and like the music and the vibe too from Ghost of the Shell, like it also was kind of like you felt it in your soul and stuff. Yeah, like it was it's so hard to describe, but yeah.
That particular, I forget her name, but that particular artist is pretty much known for that as a composer.
Yeah, and when she passed away too, it's like all of us nerds kind of like like rised up, like
Yeah,
we saluted her. And at least Ghost of the Shell isn't as like not gritty or like gratuitous with as like RoboCop and Cyberpunk. Uh,
yeah,
it's, and also it was like when I was like a series or a movie where like there was a plot line where like essentially like there was someone known as the Laughing Man, which essentially like he was like the best hacker. And they eventually had like just like get to where they just had to like rely on hands like basically cut off all tech because he's hacking like that. So like the whole like idea of like hacking horror as well, like someone could really just like basically fry your brain and not even be in the same building as you, is also kind of like a scary, interesting thing too. The whole hacking part of Cyberpunk.
yeah.
Um, let's see here. Other games. What's like underrated one, which is I think is almost 10 years old now. It's called I think it's 2064 Read Only Memories. Uh,
Heard of it, but I haven't played it.
oh yeah, it's like a Kickstarter game at first, and it's a nice cyberpunk like nice like pretty color palette, like a point click adventure game. Uh, and it's set in Neo San Francisco. And of course, like the most popular character is the lesbian cop.
Yeah.
Um,
Neo San Francisco. Is that where fucking Big Hero 6 got the idea for fucking San Francisco from?
Possibly. Uh,
God,
uh,
sorry.
it's okay. Game I've been meaning to play. It's called Astral Chain. I
I've heard it's awkward, but good.
Yeah, like I just know it's made by Platinum. So the Bayonetta folks, and I heard the game's really good, but it's just I think the fact that it's like Switch exclusive kind of like it definitely limit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like on one hand you play as a cop, on the other hand you play as you get like fan service, so I'm kind of sold here. And but yeah, so high octane, action game with anime fan service, I'm down. Let's see here. Another good seventh gen, underrated gem was Binary Domain by Sega. Um, that was basically kind of like a Gears of War clone with the whole like third person cover shooter. Um, and
Yeah,
oh
it was okay.
yeah, Yeah, it was okay. But at least I thought it was pretty decent. It was nice and silly. Um, and it tried. Let's see here. I like the game. Remember Me? Never finished it. Um, but and
Yeah, I never got that far into that one. I played it years ago, and I did like the ideas. I like the
yeah,
style, but I think it was like one boss, or like maybe not even a boss. It was like one encounter kind of got me to rage quit, and I just, as with many things, I just kind of never went back to it.
yeah. It's like because like everyone was a damage sponge. Yeah, so it's like you gotta
Mm.
do like the like just wail on every security guard, and usually do like the very specific button prompts. Like basically, you gotta use your timed abilities and your special combo. Otherwise, you're just gonna be like just pounding on him for like a solid minute per enemy. Um, and but it's funny like how that game got practically canceled just because so many people are like, I don't want to play as a woman who kisses a guy.
Makes you gay to be straight in a
I,
video game.
Yeah, I was like, are you okay with playing a lesbian because you like to jerk off to lesbians kissing, or
Exactly, because this was the
like what
2010,
are you
so
doing here, buddy?
the dude Chad Bros were still in charge at
Yeah.
the time. So yeah,
I mean, we're still not out of that. People are still trying to cancel. Oh, it's woke because woman.
yeah, like I
It's
They're
woke because
already
blah blah blah.
yeah, we
they're
can't,
already pre-canceling Grand Theft Auto 6 because they will not be
Yeah,
silent
because
if
it
you
has a
play as
woman.
a woman.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I can't look up the Silent Hill
my,
F girl skirt.
my fragile masculinity, it hurts so bad. Oh.
Yeah, like, how am I supposed to jerk off these characters?
Right.
It's like this is like a slightly off topic, but because I drink a lot of G Fuel, and I had the whole G Fuel gamer subs conversation, and
Yeah.
I just tease. I don't mean anything by tease gamer subs because like, but when I call it like like a softcore porn site, because if you go to that site
Oh,
and if you look at every other product
I
has
get it.
has a waifu with more boobs than clothes on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like, is this saying a message like, just all gamers are horny? We don't care about diverse themes. We just want women and or we want fan service and memes. That's all gamers like.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I
looking at
mean,
gamer subs right now, that
I,
is
I, I,
that not porn? Like what
I,
the
Yeah,
I will tell you the reason I order gamer subs over the other ones.
yeah.
Almost the same price, twice the servings.
Luckily, I'm kind of in the opposite boat because
understandable.
nowadays with G Fuel I get half off. I'm pretty sure everything
Yeah,
except the collector's boxes.
yeah. Like,
But if it was cheaper, because I wouldn't mind drinking it. I don't have nothing against it. You know, it's flavor drinks. Okay,
yeah.
but yeah, look if you look at every other
The
product, it's
flavors they have, I'm sorry, the flavors they have copium and incel tears
say that's the mean
Yeah,
part. So
right next to raw meat.
so
yeah. Like,
it's just
I'm sorry,
waifus
continue.
and memes. You know, so it's like this is all what gamers are about. Yeah, so it's the
I mean,
message.
at least the memes are funny ones most
Yeah,
of the time. Um,
yeah. But like I
like
say, I
straight
tease.
up, straight up though, you can see the reason I buy it right there. 100 servings for
Yeah.
$40. That's cheaper than like buying energy drinks at the store. Though
Yeah,
we're
but
going into the
is
time of year that I barely drink this stuff and I just drink coffee instead.
but yeah, like I said, I'm not get to the civic side now, but I can have a whole podcast about G Fuel and gamer subs if I wanted to. But
Or,
yeah, which also the Cyberpunk 2077 flavor of G Fuel was pretty good. Yeah, I sadly ran out, but yeah, it was pretty good. It kind of tastes like those Hunts hard like fruit candies, like banana ones. That's what it kind of tastes like. Yeah,
oh, nuts.
yeah.
Mm.
Let's see here. I guess another one more. I got two more Cyberpunk games on my list. This one being The Matrix. They had a couple of video games. You'd think they would have had a lot more, but
Yes.
go on.
No, I was gonna say I have heard of it and I know of a specific thing. I don't know if I want to spoil it because
Oh,
it is at the end of the game.
let's see here.
Okay, well,
There was okay.
do we want me to spoil it because it is kind of funny?
I mean, how old is the game?
I mean, I think it's maybe like PS2 era.
It's fine.
Basically, in one of the, it might be like Matrix 3 or something. Um, so for the game, they actually have like pixelated versions of the Wachowskis come out and talk to the player like, "Hey,
Yeah.
so we were doing something with our movie, but it turns out that shit's really fucking boring. So for this video game adaptation, you're gonna fight a giant mecha combined Agent Smith for an epic boss battle, and we hope you enjoy."
It's like, that totally broke my immersion. Oh man. Yeah. The game
Yeah,
was great up to that point.
like
Did he cut it for you too?
I'm trying to think of if you would classify this specific game as cyberpunk or not.
Ah,
Um, for context, has anyone here heard of a game called Evolution Worlds on GameCube?
yes.
Okay.
Sounds
It,
vaguely
So
generic, but go on.
it was
it's on the
originally,
backlog.
it was, I recommend not playing the GameCube
I got it on Dreamcast.
because, okay, because yeah, Evolution, the World of Sacred Device, and its sequel were basically spliced together and cut down massively for a GameCube release.
Yeah,
Um,
that was
but
good.
I'm pretty sure the sci-frames and stuff count as cyberpunk-ish. And I don't see when I'm going to get another opportunity to say anything about these games.
We're eventually gonna do episodes based on either RPGs or the Dreamcast or GameCube, so there'll be more opportunities. Just remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Gosh.
But I do at least want to shout out the fact that this game for kids, kids and young teens, this Dreamcast RPG, its first game specifically had the moral of the story that, you know, don't be afraid to tell your friends that the older guy is making you really uncomfortable. Actually, he might be a piece of shit pedo.
Yeah, word
Like,
for word.
I mean, it hammers it in really, really quick that even though the emperor of this neighboring nation is like 19, the
Okay.
girl he's hitting on is 12.
Ah,
And like before the final boss fight where you basically pummel his mech armor to dust with your essentially cybernetic attachments called Cyframes. The whole game, he's going on and on about how cute and beautiful this character is because, you know, a rose is most beautiful just before it blooms.
like maybe she, matured quickly, I'm talking about growth wise. Yeah. Yeah, but I'll just, why am I making excuses for this guy? But then again, it's like, an anime 12 is like a 35. Those people.
No,
Oh,
this game like straight up
Yeah.
hits you with
Yeah.
no, this guy's a pedo, kick his ass.
Yeah. Like, we've all got confused by Sailor Moon. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, Sailor Moon, the characters got older as it went on.
Oh, that's good. But
Like,
I remember like that first season. They're like, "What do you mean she's 15? She looks like she's
Mhm.
college age." It's
I mean, that's because the Deke dub
yeah.
made it out that she was in her senior year of high school.
Oh, it's a dubbing thing. No wonder.
I
Yeah.
think they
Ah,
also do kind of look tall. I could be wrong.
uh,
Everyone in like the original Sailor Moon,
yeah,
and even if Sailor Moon Crystal exacerbated it, everyone
yeah,
looks like tall and lanky, but
yeah,
when an actual adult, like her mother, is standing next to Usagi or someone,
yeah.
they're very clearly like head and shoulders shorter.
Yeah, this is crazy thing. Like we just got a new coworker at my job, and she's a 17-year-old girl, but I thought she was like in her 40s.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like oh, you got hit with the ugly stick hard. It's
Oh my god.
just, it's just,
Oh
like I
no.
thought you had your own kids. Like oh my goodness. Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. It's like oh, she's not gonna have to be my kid. Like damn. Yeah. So I've met 65-year-olds that look like they're 35, and now I've met 17-year-olds look like they're 37. Yeah, it's like Jesus. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's all relative.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't say for certain because I'm a bear.
yeah. I can see what you said, but it's like our like last week when you're like, oh, I totally forgot it's my lover's birthday. I was like, I would like if it was anyone else, I'd be scrutinizing you. Like, show me your ID. I want proof. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you know
just-
that I'm a forgetful son of a bitch, and I'm also autistic and schizophrenic, so
Yeah, no.
Oh, um, let's see.
yelling at the voices in my head to shut up. I'll go get another Fago later.
Fago. Okay. My last Cyberpunk game. I haven't played this one, but Snatcher on the Sega CD.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Um, it's very clearly a Hideo Kojima work,
Yeah.
but in his usual fashion, he takes things a little too far in his genre examination.
Yeah. Like the sexist really came out in that one because cause there's parts where you like Easter eggs where you kind of like you like pinch the girl's boobs or like get her down
Like
to her underwear, and allegedly Hideo wanted to be able to take it further, but yeah, people they're like they slapped his wrist on that one, and reportedly he got very annoyed.
he explained it later as like not even being about the sex, but being about how adventure game protagonists tended to be unhinged and just do things like this and no one would comment on it.
Okay, fair. Like there's that one game where you had to shave a cat so you can use it to make a fake mustache.
Yes. Or in like King's Quest 5, if you
Oh,
eat a pie,
Yes.
you have like soft locked your game. Or if you see a cat chase a mouse and you don't like throw the shoe at it, then you've soft locked your game forever.
Sierra, baby.
Because you have to hit the Yeti with that pie or it's gonna eat you.
oh man.
Gotta sell
Um,
those hint books.
I I I think Retsupre back in the day did the ultimate commentary on King's Quest 5 with the title of their commentary being Absinthe Makes the Game More Tolerable.
Probably a bit more tangential, but have y'all ever seen that Worthy Kids animation that's like inspired? I think it's inspired by King's Quest.
uh,
Yeah, the fucking McElroys. Yeah, one of them voice acting it.
have not. I'll have to look that up later.
Oh, gosh. It's like he goes up to a creepy old guy and it's like, this guy is clearly not a ghost or a demon. Yes, I'm definitely not. Here, I have this totally safe apple that's absolutely not poison.
This totally safe cyberware that's absolutely not filled with malware that'll make you do whatever I want. Sir, this is a
Free
Wendy's.
Apple, it's called.
Sir, this is a holistic meth stand. Get your Mr. White's crack bites or leave, sir. God, I forget what they're called, but in Cyberpunk 2077, from vending machines, you can get like fucking organic meth, and it's just a food item with no other effects.
Can you imagine like if everyone's apartment came with a burrito vending machine?
I would be broke on payday.
It would be interesting if if you developed like a very advanced city and just had like a pneumatic tube delivery system. It would probably break all the time and not be worth it, but it's an interesting idea. Actually, isn't a pneumatic tube? Isn't that kind of how they did deliveries in BioShock? I know they had pneumatic tubes.
Yeah.
I don't know how across the city they were.
Okay, but all right. Any other Cyberpunk games come to mind, darlings?
Well, I had a couple of. I specifically looked in my library because I was trying to find, okay, what do I have under the Cyberpunk tag that I could specifically play before we record this podcast? And like,
yeah. Let's see what
a couple don't look like Cyberpunk. Yeah, it's like a couple of them don't even look Cyberpunk. Couple of them, I don't know if I'm into that right now. Like System Shock. Some time ago, it might have been years ago at this point, I did try to play like the original System Shock.
Yeah.
I could not get like a handle on the controls. I'm like, I may come back to this a later day. We'll play something else today.
The original is like playing a fucking operating system.
Oh yeah, Watch Dogs. I never played it yet though, so I can't really.
Watch Dogs 1 and 2, awful. Genuinely. They're fine games gameplay wise. The characters, though, are insufferable. And then everyone talks about Watch Dogs Legions like it has all the same flaws because there aren't really any characters, because you can just recruit anyone off the street into your fucking hacktivist terrorist organization. And genuinely, that makes me really like Watch Dogs Legion. See, because it solves the biggest problem I've had with every single Ubisoft game I've ever played. The characters. I hate them. I've never liked a Ubisoft character. Except maybe Rayman.
That's fair.
What about modern day Rayman?
Okay, except maybe Rayman and Rayman 1 and 2.
Okay.
Like, genuinely, I can't really name a lot of Ubisoft characters, but Ezio Auditore, insufferable bastard, hate his guts.
He makes some decisions. I'll
I'll
take.
loves Ezio.
Yeah, I'll take him over to Kenway family.
See, the thing is, none of them. Throw them all in the dumpster. Get them away from me.
I mean, I kind of like Cassandra, buff woman. Yeah,
No, not that. That's a Ubisoft character. In the dumpster she goes. She can get in the dumpster with lightning from Final Fantasy 13.
Ooh, what's wrong with lightning?
Okay, lightning herself is fine. Honestly, it's just those 3 games are trash. I don't care about the critical reevaluation after Final Fantasy 15 was a weird multimedia nightmare that people flipped on a month after it came out. That doesn't make Final Fantasy 13 good.
Yeah, I actually like the sequels better. And like, cause like Final Fantasy 13-3 is basically Final Fantasy Majora's Mask.
Yeah, like I think my whole problem with Final Fantasy 13, which I guess is kind of a cyberpunky game, maybe,
Technically, yeah.
is that to understand anything, you legitimately have to pause the game the second you get control and read through the entire in-game compendium.
Yeah.
And like, it was so bad it ruined the idea of compendiums for people. Because like, you don't need the compendium to play Mass Effect. It's just there if you want more context or information.
Yeah.
But
Remember, like every Final Fantasy, like had like a strategy guide released to it at the same time. Then the kind of stud got killed off at 13.
Okay,
yeah,
wait. I got curious about like, okay, wait, what kind of games are Ubisoft? Apparently, they did the 20th anniversary edition of Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
I
I didn't know that was a Ubisoft title.
I forgot. I also haven't played it because when I tried to play it, the PC port had like all the controls reversed on my Xbox 360 pad.
Here's
Play
the
the
thing.
PS2 version.
Here's the thing. When it was on the Xbox 360 Live Arcade, whatever, I played it a bit. Never got far in it. As with so many games, I played it a bit. Never finished
How
it.
many games?
Like most things I played and a lot of stuff in my childhood. Like I genuinely do kind of wonder. Is like I played games basically all my life, but I'm kind of wondering what was the first game I actually completed that wasn't just a really easy like, oh, Pajama Sam.
Yeah, or Sonic the Hedgehog or something.
Yeah. I don't think I've
I'm
ever actually
Sonic.
beaten the
Sonic the
2D
Hawk.
Sonic games.
Sex Prison Block 69 VR.
Okay.
I don't think that's Ubisoft.
Well, no, it's like I'm looking at the Cyberpunk tag on Steam, and I'm just gonna
Yeah,
see
yeah.
recommended porn games.
Oh, but
Sci-Futa.
is
All
that
right.
Sci Futa? Like,
Yeah, SCI for sci-fi, but then it's Futa.
okay. I was like, are they psychic? Like, but yeah, back on what I was saying earlier. One game I did download because it's been on my like backlog for a while, and I wanted to okay, let's get this one done. I don't know if it's really Cyberpunk though. I played it earlier today. It's a game called Crosscode,
Ah, nice.
which I'm definitely seeing the cyber. I don't know if we've got to the punk yet. It's kind of a game where you play as a quote unquote avatar, which is like a sort of physical being instead of a digital being for a sort of MMO thing. I'm not quite sure how it all works yet. I've only played like a couple of hours, and like
Yes.
so far the gameplay is very interesting. It's like it's got hack and slash, but also like twin stick shooter elements.
Guess
So
you just
like
call
there's
that one
really a depth to the
sci-fi.
gameplay. Sorry, what?
I guess you just refer to that as sci-fi.
Mm.
Oh,
I do think
It
the
was in the
dot hack,
Cyberpunk tag.
Yeah.
I do think the dot hack series would count because it's about
I can see that.
it's Shadowrun level how the online world is affecting the real world level stuff. But it also goes way out of left field with the first half of the multimedia project. It's information you could put together if you were a teenager cracked out on so much caffeine that you could kill a bull elephant like I was. But most people, if they're trying to experience the whole thing, will probably realize it from the data disc that comes with the PS2 trilogy or the oh, again. Sorry. The remasters on Steam and PS4 and everything. The dot hack GU package. Comes with this data disk that basically explains the plot up until GU, and then things unlock in it as you complete things in GU. But essentially, the world is going insane because in an MMORPG called The World, 2 different versions of it, this weird corporation is trying to ethics test an AI replacement for God after the CEO accidentally disproved the existence of God, trying to prove it.
Oops.
And like, essentially, the parts of Aurora, the super God AI, started rebelling and breaking apart to delete Aura itself and then run rampant. And throughout, the opening anime that leads into the first game quadrilogy,
Yeah.
players are getting defeated by these weird monsters, getting hit with the skill no one recognizes, and then going into comas. And basically, when the games roll around, you find out it's an ability called data drain, because suddenly you have the ability to do it because this book opened and yelled at you, and now your character is orange. And you have this invisible bracelet that data drains. And it's convoluted is a good word. But the Dot Hack multimedia project it almost feels like an ARG. Or a playable creepypasta that wasn't written by a 13-year-old and doesn't concern another random mentally ill teenager who suddenly hulked out and killed a bunch of people while they were being bullied.
A thing of bleach gets knocked over.
Now
Sorry.
I'm Jeff. Jeff the killer.
You may do the casserole.
The days of creepypasta.
Creepypasta still happens, just r/no sleep has gotten a little nutty.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
here's one.
it's just like it just felt like more of a widespread thing back in the day.
I really want Tales of the Gas Station to come back. Tales of the Gas Station.
Never heard of that one.
It's basically a multi-series project where the main series is about this dude named Jack who works at a gas station, and weird shit happens around this gas station. And he doesn't care. His main concern is the fact that he is physically unable to sleep, and it is a terminal condition.
Oh, jeez.
But straight up, it's a comedy. There are more serious stories in Tales from the Gas Station, but they always concern other characters doing other things. And whenever they intersect with Jack, there's wild tonal dissonance.
Here's a game with low effort. It's called Cyberpunk Sex.
Sexperpunk. But Dot Hack as a multimedia project feels like you're witnessing a bunch of characters going through a cyberpunk sort of creepypasta series.
Let's get down. We can probably wrap it up here.
Yep, I am sleepy.
Yeah, it's kind of late.
This is... Alrighty. But,
1 a.m. coffee might kill me.
but yeah. All right, darlings and chooms, you will see y'all in the next one. Yeah, what are some of your favorite Cyberpunk games and themes and stuff and whatnot? All right, and we'll catch you all later. Bye bye.
Good one, Chooms.
Bye.